The problem that I was facing was during my co-op interviews. उसके last round तक मैं पहुंची थी and those were paid. But none of those actually converted me. I think that I was feeling confidence issues when it came to interviews, or I was not able to articulate my experience in the right way. And on 13th December, that was the day when I came to Canada. Like वो एक साल खत्म होने से पहले ही मेरे पास ऑफर था. When she came with the offer, वो 50 का ही लेके आई थी. Then I tried to negotiate. I said कि I was expecting somewhere between 55 because the range we agreed was for 45 to 60. I got the job this previous Monday, like the offer, and things मतलब हम लोग ने उसके पहले के वीक मैंने और ईशांक ने दूसरे एक जॉब के लिए इंटरव्यू किया था जो बहुत खराब था. मतलब मैंने प्रिपेयर ही बराबर नहीं किया था. ईशांक ने मेरे को फीडबैक भी दिया कि ये क्या किया है. तो फिर मैं बोला कि नहीं नहीं मैं वापस करूँगी. एंड आई रिमेम्बर मैं जब वो इंटरव्यू के लिए आई उसके 10-15 मिनट पहले ही दूसरा एक मेरे को ईमेल आया था अबाउट ऐसे जो स्क्रीनिंग क्वेश्चंस है. मैंने वो आंसर किए थे. देन मैंने डायरेक्टली ईशान के साथ एंड मेरे को बिल्कुल उम्मीद नहीं थी कि वो कुछ ईमेल से कुछ होगा. तो मैं तो ऐसे ही कि नहीं जो नेक्स्ट कल इंटरव्यू है उसको ही अब क्रैक करना है बाकी तो ठीक है. एंड वो देके मैं आई एंड उसमें भी मेरे को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस कि नहीं हो ही जाएगा इसमें ही मेरा. पर थोड़े दिन बाद मेरे को आया कि नहीं नहीं होगा. पर while I was coming back from that interview, I got the email कि I want to do a phone screening from the person who I got the email on the previous day. So her name is Christina, just for the little reference or context. तो उसका आया एंड मैं घर आई. मैं बस खाना खा रही थी और उसने बोला मेरे को अभी फोन स्क्रीनिंग करना है. तो मैं फटाफट 5 मिनट में रैप अप की और मैं सीधा इंटरव्यू दे दी. बेस्ड ऑन कि आगे के दिन ईशांक ने मेरे को क्या फीडबैक दिया था कि हाउ डू यू डिफरेंशिएट अबाउट व्हाई डू यू वांट टू वर्क फॉर अस और मेरे को ये रोल क्यों अच्छा लगता है. एंड वो कॉल पे उसने बोला कि ओके तो अभी नेक्स्ट राउंड करते हैं 1-2 दिन में. मैं बोला ओके. दैट वाज गोइंग टू बी इन पर्सन बट द टाइमिंग्स क्लैश. सो देन शी सेड कि टीम्स पे करते. मैं बोला ओके. तो यूजुअली व्हेन वी हैव फॉलो अप क्वेश्चंस आई आस्क कि अभी व्हेन विल यू लेट मी नो अबाउट नेक्स्ट. तो उसने तभी बोल दिया कि नो आई लाइक्ड ये बहुत ही. तो यू कम टुमारो टू मीट द वीपी. तो इट टुक मी सम टाइम टू प्रोसेस कि अरे ओके मतलब ये लास्ट राउंड के लिए भी अभी बोल दिया. और ना यूजुअली मेरे को हर इंटरव्यू में इवन कोऑप के इंटरव्यू के लिए हर कंपनी लटकाती थी कि हाँ 2-3 दिन बाद बोलेंगे. फिर मैं फॉलो अप करती थी फिर वो मेरे को बोलते थे. एंड देन मंडे उसने मेरे को बुला लिया. तो दैट वाज द इंटरव्यू विद वीपी. एंड सो फार मतलब मैं उधर गई तो पहले मेरे को द डायरेक्टर मेट मी हु आई वाज स्पीकिंग विद एंड शी आस्क्ड कि वी डिस्कस द रेंज फॉर 45 to 60. सो आर यू ओके विद 47,500. तो आई वॉज अ लिटिल कंफ्यूज कि अभी तो लास्ट राउंड इंटरव्यू भी नहीं हुआ तो अभी क्यों पूछ रही है. तो मैंने बोला कि इफ आई एम सिलेक्टेड देन लेट्स डिस्कस दैट आफ्टर द interview. So she was like, okay. And then my interview went with the VP, everything went well. And with the VP, my first question was about the role. Then the second question, what I prepared मेरे मन में was कि I'll ask कि so when will I hear back about it. But while she was answering the first question itself, she told me कि okay ये role का है, but I think you'll do well. And now Christina will come and walk you through the offer. So for me, मतलब in my head it was like okay so first of all there is an offer. So वो मेरे लिए बहुत ऐसा था. And then once she said that उसके बाद उसने बोला कि so you know why you are selected for this role right. So I said कि no मेरे को नहीं idea मतलब. So she said कि so you remember you messaged me that day on LinkedIn. मैं बोला कि yeah I did. So she said that every day I receive somewhere around 15 to 20 messages every single day and I don't even open them or I don't even read या accept भी नहीं करती. But the way you worded that message, it was so confident कि इसको she knows what she does and she will be a smart candidate. So I got back to my colleague जो hire करने वाली थी and I asked did you see her application. So usually in applications after 100-150 they don't even go back to see the resume कि किसने apply किया. तो that director told कि नहीं इसका 200 बात का है तो मैंने तो देखा भी नहीं है. तो just because I messaged the VP and she told her to see my application. मेरा application 10 दिन के duration में हुआ, and as far as I know, they were not even interviewing the other candidates at that point, because otherwise back to back इतना fast मेरे को ही select करते गए, that was not possible. So she said कि just because you messaged me, everything was so fast and we noticed your profile, otherwise this application would have been just like any other, जिसमें 200-300 applicant है and no one even sees your profile.
Yeah,
So
good.
Amazing.
And I wanted to emphasize on this because मेरे को याद है दो लास्ट टू लास्ट ट्रबल शूटिंग कॉल में मेरा कंप्लेन ही वही था कि मैं सब लोग को मैसेज कर रही हूँ, कोई मेरे को रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा। एंड तब ईशांक ने मेरे को बोला कि मेरे को भेज क्या मैसेज है, एंड फिर लास्ट पॉइंट वापस एडिट करवाया ऑन द कॉल इटसेल्फ, एंड वो जो एडिटेड था वो जब मैं भेजने लगी उसके बाद आई स्टार्टेड गेटिंग रिजल्ट्स।
या इफ यूर समवन ऑन द कॉल जो सोच रहा है कि मैं देवांशी से मैसेज मांगूंगा फिर मेरी भी जॉब लग जाएगी, स्टॉप थिंकिंग दैट वे, दैट्स अ रॉन्ग वे टू थिंक अबाउट इट। ठीक है, मेक योर ओन टेम्पलेट, डोंट कॉपी थिंग्स, एंड बट यू कैन ऑलवेज सेंड योर टेम्पलेट्स टू मी एंड आई कैन रिव्यू। पर गुड यार, दैट्स सबसे कूल चीज मेरे को ये, दिस वाज मशीन गन राइट बाय द वे?
या
ओके, सो सबसे कूल चीज मेरे को ये लगी कि तुमने एप्लीकेशन डाली, उन्होंने नहीं देखी, एंड देन तुमने मशीन गन भेजा, एंड देन उनको इतना पसंद आया कि I mean, they just hired you उसके बाद। और एक दो लोगों के साथ भी ऐसे हुआ है, तो I mean, everyone on the call shows how impactful machine gun is.
True.
Cool.
One more thing, what I was doing, what worked out ki, so sometimes because my network was HR, so I was not able to find exact HR wala through that technique. So what I used to do is on LinkedIn or Indeed we see applications और जो recent है, तो I used to make sure कि मैं 10 application अगर कर रही हूँ तो सटा से मतलब 1 to फटाफट अप्लाई कर दिया, and then I would go back to their LinkedIn page, and that night itself before I close the laptop I would reach out to all of them. So if someone is specifically looking for the role in HR and they are facing the same problem, you just find the person who are hiring, because the network is only HR, so it's difficult to find which HR out of those are hiring. So they can use this technique and this can help them.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, Devanshi, let's start from the start. पहले तो ये बताओ कि what problems were you facing कि you thought कि यार coaching जाना चाहिए अब?
So the problem that I was facing was during my co-op interviews, which I did 3-4 months back. That time also I got into like 3-4 companies which were really good, और उसके last round तक मैं पहुंची थी and those were paid, but none of those actually converted me. So that time I figured out that there's something either wrong with my resume or there's something wrong with the way I'm approaching the interviews, कि उधर तक जाके नहीं हो रहा. So by the time I was closer to starting the co-op, मेरे को पता था कि मेरे को job ढूंढना है instead of doing the other course. तो मैं इसके लिए मैं बोला कि like this is the time whether I want to do it, तो मेरे को अभी करना चाहिए, otherwise there is no point. So which is why I reached out to Vani and I said कि this is the exact problem which I am facing and I don't want to face this when I am doing actual company के interviews. So would you be able to help me out with this? So just my major problem was I think that I was feeling confidence issues when it came to interviews, or I was not able to articulate my experience in the right way. So like those were the two main concerns जो मेरे को लग रहा था कि मेरे को co-op के ही नहीं मिले तो job के तो कैसे मिलेंगे. So that exactly was my concern.
Yeah, glad it worked out.
देवांशी, जब आप interviews दे रहे थे आपको पता चल रहा था this is not working out, so that was stretched over some time.
Yeah.
But ऐसा कौन सा दिन था या क्या moment थी when you realized that this is it, this is enough, अब मेरे को help चाहिए and I want to make sure that I crack the interviews. तो ऐसा कोई moment था defined?
So I'll tell you, I did my co-op with Randstad, which was an unpaid one. और चालू ही हुआ था like first 1-2 weeks when I was into it. And before I was going to start, the date for getting the rewards for those other two was so close कि मैंने मेरे मन में स्टोरी बना लिया था कि अच्छा मेरे को उधर हो ही जाएगा. Like I don't need to do unpaid co-op. And sometimes when you plan the entire thing and that does not happen, तो वो बड़ा heartbreaking moment होता है. And मैं बोला कि चल ठीक है वो भी. So for my expenses, I worked at Dollarama. So मैंने सोचा कि अभी मैं वो भी छोड़ दूंगी, वो जॉब करने का जरूरत नहीं, हो जाएगा. And then when I had to do Randstad, which was an unpaid co-op, I was like, oh shit, now I have to do both at the same time. And okay, then that also I was fine. But with this company, it was so difficult. They hardly gave me good HR work. All I was doing was customer service, that and this, that. So that was that one moment I remember I cried also, that what am I doing? I'm doing an HR course from Canada. इसके लिए मैं इधर आई and I'm doing like the roles and responsibilities which are not even close to it, and I don't like what I'm doing. And if I don't start working on the problems that I'm facing right now, then eventually these will only come into my way when I'm looking for the job. So that was one moment where I know I spoke to my mom also कि नहीं अच्छा लग रहा मैं जो कर रही हूँ, and मेरे को अब actual काम करना.
I remember this point आपने बोला था कि HR वाला काम नहीं है.
हाँ.
Yeah. तो अब Devanshi, just to clarify, when are you graduating?
So I'm graduating tomorrow, 17th of
okay.
That is my course end date.
Okay, so मतलब graduate होने से पहले तुम्हारा हो गया. So good.
And even one more thing that I wanted to add, that I told Bani, कि I got my offer on 12th, and on 13th December, that was the day when I came to Canada. So like वो एक साल खत्म होने से पहले ही मेरे पास ऑफर था, which I felt was like my biggest achievement so far. कि मैंने सोचा था कि ग्रेजुएट होने से पहले हो तो अच्छा, but because it was उससे भी एक दिन पहले, that was मेरे को इतना वो हुआ कि नहीं, I actually did something which I was working hard for.
Yeah, good, yeah, very happy. घर बता दिया आपने?
हाँ.
So what was their reaction?
So I told my mom कि अभी पापा को बुला के लाओ, and recently मेरा नहीं हो रहा था, so I was having sometimes ऐसे emotional breakdown. My mom was worried कि अरे उसको इंटरव्यू देख के आई, और बिकॉज ऑन द स्पॉट बताते हैं वो भी नहीं होता यूजुअली थोड़ा डाउन पे. तो my mom was like, oh shit, something went wrong, और I said just go and call her. तो मेरे पापा एंड फिर मैं बोला कि मेरा हो गया, एंड माय मॉम स्टार्टेड क्राइंग कि अरे तो मेरे को बताती, यू मेड मी सो स्कैर्ड. मैं बोला कि नहीं हो गया, एंड माय डैड वाज आल्सो सो हैप्पी कि तू इतने दिन से उसमें स्टक थी एंड यू वर सो स्ट्रेस्ड, एंड हो गया. And I said कि अभी ऑफर साइन करना बाकी है, and one thing I told them specifically कि अभी किसी को मत बताना, because out of excitement they would tell everyone. वो भी ऑफर साइन करना बाकी है, but like they were really ready.
Yeah. तो अब आपकी joining कब है?
My joining is 2nd Jan.
Oh, 2nd Jan.
Great start to the new year.
Yeah.
Good.
New year, new things to achieve.
Yeah, very happy. Imagine अगर तुम कोचिंग में ना आती, खुद ही करती रहती, तो what would have happened?
I think वही जो co-op में हो रहा था कि last round तक जाते हो, first round, second round, and फिर the same thing, because unless like those 2-3 application, मैंने उसके बाद करना भी बंद कर दिया था when I realized कि नहीं हो जाएगा. But things were really not working out. Like every single day I used to get messages कि unfortunately we are not moving forward with the application. And one thing जिसके लिए I was really struggling was the part-time job I was doing. It was very, mentally I was not at all happy doing that. And what used to be worse was in the break या कभी भी when I used to like take my phone, तो हमेशा there used to be emails कि you are not selected, you are not selected. And at that point it was so disheartening कि एक तो मैं उधर हूँ, मैं वो काम कर रही हूँ जो मेरे को अभी नहीं अच्छा लग रहा, ऊपर से मेरे को तब भी ईमेल आ रहा है कि मैं नेक्स्ट के लिए भी सिलेक्ट नहीं हुई. एंड आई फील कि वो एक लूप में मैं फंस गई थी, को-op के इंटरव्यू ढूंढ रही थी तब से कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू मूव फॉरवर्ड. एंड बिकॉज this internship was kind of tied up with Humber, I started having confidence issues also कि ये तो Humber की वजह से हुआ. Maybe I'm not a good applicant, only that मेरे को कोई कंपनी में सिलेक्ट ही नहीं कर रहे.
दिवांशी, imagine क्या करना, there are plenty of people who are going through the same situation. Plenty of ninjas, you could say. Apply कर रहे हैं, नहीं कुछ हो रहा, they're getting disheartened, things are not working out. What advice would you give them?
I would just say कि like don't be lazy on reaching out to people. समटाइम्स व्हाट वी डू इज अप्लाई कर दिया, फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि कल रीच आउट कर दूंगी, चलेगा, 1-to-1 से क्या होगा, कोई मेरे को रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा. So many times I used to get replies कि hi thanks for reaching out, but I am not in the hiring team, तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती. So a lot of things जब ऐसा होता है तो you are like कि हाँ ये मैसेजेस से कुछ नहीं होने वाला, नहीं करना. But all it takes is that one person मेरे जैसे जो मैसेज देख लेगा and who will help you. Like keep going or don't keep on pushing, because I remember जब this specific thing कि मैं 9:30 को क्लोज करके आती थी. Mostly I used to do clothing shifts and then I used to finish my dinner and all by 10:30, and from 10:30 to 12 every night मैं अप्लाई करती थी क्योंकि दिन में नहीं टाइम मिलता था. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट आई रियलाइज कि मैं नहीं करूँगी तो दिसंबर के बाद वापस मेरे को वो स्ट्रेस चालू हो जाएगा कि अरे अब टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है. सो डोंट कीप ऑन थिंकिंग कि कल करूँगी, and there will be one person who will read your message and will reach out to you like she did to me.
Yeah, good. Also यार दिवांशी, career coaching join करने से पहले, I mean obviously there are other coaches out there as well. Any specific reason यार you came to us?
I'll tell you honest story. I won't name the person, but there is one more person who is specifically helping HR to get their jobs. So she reached out to me on LinkedIn कि hi, I can help you post that. मैंने उससे बात भी की. I think the numbers in terms of the discount what she was doing was closer to आप लोग का जो है वो. But when I spoke to her, मेरे को पता नहीं ऐसा हुआ कि ये बोल तो रही है पर नहीं मेरे को helpful होगा for some reason. And she was like, no, I'll do this, I'll do that. But I was not confident, I did not do it. She followed up with me 3 times. कि you want to join, I can give you more than that. तो मैं बोले कि नहीं, I don't think I want to join right now. But I was constantly seeing आपके videos like long back. Because मैंने तो first call में भी mention की थी, even when I was doing co-op का, I used her techniques. मेरे को co-op के interviews भी जो आए वो video reel के वो जो unpaid content है उससे आया था. So I was like कि अगर मेरे को वो co-op के interviews ऐसे content से मिले, so if I invest in these people, I'm pretty sure you will be helping me. And the one thing that stood out to me was कि you were saying like it was very well mentioned कि जब तक नहीं मिलेगा we are there to help you. तो that confidence at the back of the head कि okay मेरे को वो तो पता चलेगा कि what is coming in my way, पर जब तक नहीं आएगा तब तक there is someone who would be there. Otherwise usually it's like कि हाँ तुमने ये वीडियो देख लिया, 2-3 बार कर दिया, अब नहीं हो रहा तो sound like your problem. So that was one thing that I was very confident about. And when I spoke to Bani, तो वो कॉल में ही मेरे को ऐसा कॉन्फिडेंट आ गया था. She told me कि दिवांशी ये प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है आपका, तो this is how our material will help you. तो फिर I was like कि नहीं, I'm pretty sure this will work out for me. And instead of going or looking out for more options, I just want to go ahead with them. And one more thing, I also spoke to my parents about it. So because it was a big amount, मैं बोला कि even my mom and dad कि I know these 2 people, मैं इनका follow कर रही हूँ and I applied their techniques. So is it okay if I do it? And both my mom and dad said the same thing कि तू बाद में करेगी अगर इनका join, तो you are only wasting time. If you are going to invest some money into someone to फटाफट करने के लिए, तो you rather do it now and make sure you do whatever they say instead of कि you try everything या किसी और में जिसके लिए तो श्योर नहीं है and फिर तेरे को बोले कि नहीं अब मेरे को उनके पास ही जा. तो this was their advice which I followed कि नहीं अभी वो लोग भी इतना बोल रहे हैं तो I'll just say कि हाँ I want to join.
Yeah.
So wise. मैं यही सोच रही थी कि आपने बहुत अच्छा डिसीजन लिया that you did not wait till you are going to graduate कि तब मैं jobs ढूंढना शुरू करूंगी and then I'll consider कि coaching लेनी है या नहीं. You wanted to make sure आपकी पहले ही लग जाए and now I know किसके पीछे क्या element था. Amazing.
No, this is the smart way to do it. What other people do is they waste so much time. Work permit उतना limited है जितना भी 3 साल का होता है. एंड लाइक पीपल टेक्स्ट मी, शांत मुझे 8 महीने हो गए मेरी जॉब नहीं लग रही, मैं भाई 8 महीने में मैं क्या करूं भाई, अब 8 महीने तुम्हें हो गए. तो इट्स लाइक पीपल डोंट वैल्यू टाइम. दिस इज वेरी वाइज एडवाइस यार. योर पेरेंट्स आर स्मार्ट. गुड.
नाउ कमिंग टू द एक्साइटिंग पार्ट. अब बताओ कि क्या करोगे आप. अपनी नई जॉब है तो टेंशन खत्म हो गई, यू विल गेट अ स्टेबल इनकम, सो व्हाट आर योर ड्रीम्स?
So honestly, because I was working in such a mentally exhausting job, मेरे को वो थिंग प्रोसेस करने में ही 2-3 दिन लग कि अच्छा अब मेरे को वो नहीं करना पड़ेगा, मतलब every single day. And then I started reflecting कि क्या करना है. So one thing that I wanted to do again was, so I was playing badminton long back, मतलब when I was a kid. And फिर 11-12 के अराउंड छोड़ दिया, तो मुझे कि now is the time I start doing that. I start doing जो मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता था. And it like take out time for the hobbies जो भूल ही गए थे कि अच्छा वो भी करते थे. And other than that, I want to send something for my mom and dad. So that was one thing. I remember, so just my dad's phone did not work. So that was around 2-3 months back. So I told him कि मैं phone भेजती हूँ ये वो. And then when I realized कि कितना है, I said I don't think I'll be able to send right now. So maybe after a few months I'll be sending it. And I was like, yeah. So he got a new phone and उनका तो वो चालू भी हो गया. बट मेरे को तब से वो ऐसा मन में रह गया था कि अरे मैं बोली पर आई कुडंट डू इट. सो
Now you can.
या सो दैट इज वन थिंग कि अब आई कैन डू दैट एंड आई कैन से दैट.
No, good, yeah, good. We're very happy for you. Things worked out. Smart decision that time बचाया तुमने and you worked really hard. I hope I was not too hard on you.
No, I appreciated that you were, because मेरे उसमें प्रॉब्लम ही वो था कि इंटरव्यू वाला नहीं हो रहा था. सो आई थिंक दैट वाज व्हाट आई नीडेड एट दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम कि जो मेरा मेन प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है उस पर मेरे को ब्रूटल पर ऑनेस्ट फीडबैक मिले कि मैं उस पर वर्क करूँ तो ही मेरा फटाफट इतना हुआ. अदरवाइज आई थिंक मैं वही सेम अप्रोच से करती तो इट वुडंट हैव वर्कड आउट दैट वे.
मेरे क्वेश्चंस यही थे. अब थोड़ा सा एडवाइस दूं मैं यार. देवांशी, you are young, you are smart. A few things that I noticed that would help you. ठीक है. पहली बात तो आई थिंक ये पिछले कुछ टाइम में ड्यू टू द स्ट्रेस या जो भी you've lost some weight. I could be wrong, but ठीक है. So take care of your health. There's no alternate universe, there's no multiverse where you reaching out to your goals while sacrificing your health works out. It's
That was, sorry to cut you off, but that was the first thing my mom said. मतलब वो सब डिस्कशन हो गया उसके बाद कि now start taking out time to eat proper
Yeah.
food. वो frozen या जो रात का ही है वो वाला बंद कर and
Yeah.
focus on your health. Like that was literally the first thing my mom told me.
yeah. No, I noticed that.
उस पे focus कर.
I noticed your face, though I told you कि things have to change a little. It sounds very stupid when you hear कि man sacrifices his health to make money and then sacrifices the money to get the health back. It just sounds very stupid, but like most people do that, so don't be most people in that case. दूसरी बात यार देवांशी, तुम्हें मैंने पहले भी बोला था, the tone of your voice is great यार. You have good authority when you speak. That's one. जिसके कारण if you later go on into leadership वाले roles या admin roles, you will play out really well. One of the problems that women face, especially in leadership वाले roles, is since women are feminine and they're not very assertive and उनके पास भी वैसी होती है, तो it's kind of becomes difficult to lead. Most people don't follow, but when you have that authority in your voice, then people hear, they have to hear you. It's just, I don't know how to explain, it's just weird how it works, but people have to hear you. So I think अगर तुम सेम एफर्ट किसी लीडरशिप वाली पोजीशन में डालोगी, काम सेम करना है, but I think you'll make a lot more because you have a gift. ठीक है. A voice is a gift, it cannot be developed in that sense. उसके अलावा what else should you focus on? तुम HR में हो राइट अभी?
Yeah.
अगले 3 या 4 महीने में the goal is to, पहली बात तो in some sense stay connected with that VP or whatever that person was जिससे तुम्हारी बात हुई थी, higher up in hierarchy. Stay connected to them and work really hard यार, become kind of indispensable. Work so hard, think कि तुम्हारी कंपनी है, तुम्हारी कंपनी कैसे improve हो सकती है, क्या कर सकते हैं, and work so hard कि imagine a scenario where you suddenly vanish. If that happens, You should think you should be so valuable, so you should have so many responsibilities कि the owner the company freaks out को where the hell is Devanshi. If that is the case, you will never be fired, you will never be replaced. पर HR वाली जो चीजें होती है, whenever recession comes, HR वाले लोगों को they let go सबसे पहले, right? पर अगर वैसी चीजें हो, then you won't let go, then you won't be let go. Especially अगर तुम responsibility ले रहे हो, अगर उनको पूरा डिपार्टमेंट भी निकालना पड़े, वो somehow तुम्हें operations में डाल देंगे या कहीं और डाल देंगे where skills can be transferred. But that's only if you demonstrate that you are capable. ठीक है? तो focus on that. But again, सबसे बड़ी बात भाई, मैडम थोड़ा खाना पीना शुरू करो. Maybe start tracking your calories or whatever. Take care of yourself now.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Start with yourself. And
Devanshi, also make sure that you thank your VP even when it's your first day. कि thank you so much for this opportunity and थोड़ा उनके साथ अच्छी rapport build करके रखना.
Okay.
Yeah. उसके अलावा यार, this is good that you, I think you're 23, you said? Yeah. So this is good for now, but don't make this mistake where you get comfortable in the job. Where you say कि oh नहीं यार, I'll do this till I'm 30. ठीक है? So no, not that. ठीक है? So think of making more money.
For sure.
Oh, by the way, तुमने negotiate भी किया था ना? कितना negotiate किया तुमने?
तो एक्चुअली नेगोशिएशन में ऐसा था कि एज आई मेंशन कि वो पहले आके बोली थी कि 47,500 एंड फिर व्हेन शी केम विद द ऑफर वो 50 का ही लेके आई थी. देन आई ट्राइड टू नेगोशिएट पर लाइक आई सेड कि आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग समवेयर बिटवीन 55 because the range we agreed was for 45 to 60, but she said कि नहीं, for this role our budget is not that I can fulfill the 55 का requirement. But it was 47,500. But without us talking, I came out with 50 itself. Then I also said कि join on bonus का क्या है. So she said कि I'll look into it. But the next day when I followed up, she said कि because they have the DEI का policy कि सबको सेम वे में ट्रीट करना है, तो उन्होंने बोला कि ये कंपनी में कभी पहले किसी को नहीं दिया, तो इसके लिए आई वोंट बी एबल टू अकोमोडेट दिस एंड दैट. And I tried to like push that through mere achievement ego, but she was kind of very like stubborn on what she was saying. So after the fourth attempt, I did not say anything.
Yeah.
Like performance review करेंगे, तो she said कि हाँ वो करते हैं हम लोग जून में, तो at that point we can see what.
Oh no, June is too long. You work hard, then you take your thing to the VP in April. Yeah. June is too long. Don't wait till June. Do it in 3 months.
Your story made me super emotional. कैसे मतलब आपका दिन था कि टायर्ड एंड फिर भी आप रात को करते थे. Another lesson for the rest of the ninjas, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आप थक जाते हो एंड नहीं फिर बस सो जाते हो. Devanshi was in the same boat, but she did know कि कुछ करना पड़ेगा फ्यूचर के लिए and she devoted 2 hours. So kudos to you, Devanshi.
Yeah.
जो भी आपके पेरेंट्स की खुशी, that is just amazing. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, मेरे को वो चीज बड़ी लगी.
I actually wanted to share one little thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
कि you know, like for all international students जो आते हैं कि you either do 2 courses or you get the job और वो minimum hour requirement you finish it. तो I wanted to play very 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 safe. तो मैं दूसरे कोर्स के लिए भी अप्लाई किया था and like first week of December only, so I was working extra hard. जिसके लिए I was doing so many shifts last 2 महीने से कि I was working 40+ hours उधर. फिर मैं मेरा co-op का internship कर रही थी and रात को I used to apply. तो for that I was accumulating पैसा and I told my dad कि मैं खुद कर लूँगी. तो that amount was somewhere around 8,500. तो last month only, like ये month के starting में I paid 8,600. And like I shouldn't be saying this, but I want to say this because a lot of times we have those extreme moment कि बहुत खराब सब जा रहा है. तो ये इंटरव्यू वाला सब चल रहा था. At that point I paid the fees. So my dad said कि I'll send you some money so that you have the expense and वो सब का. So he was going to send me that. But at that point my bank balance was somewhere around $250. ठीक है. And in the same week I got the job offer. ये सब हो गया. And I literally felt कि God tests you. He takes you to the ऐसे एकदम ग्राउंड मोमेंट कि you don't know what will happen next, and then the cycle goes back.